think Ryan embraced it, because I think eventually he saw that he was making a difference and people were listening to him. That, I don't think he set out to do it, but I think that he saw that the message was getting out there, education was being done, and people were listening to him. He just wanted to be an ordinary kid, and I think his room shows that. I mean, here was an ordinary kid that liked to collect comic books, G.I. Joes and Transformers, and just like every kid did during that time period. And I think that's what Ryan wanted to be. It was neat to be able to meet the celebrities and famous people and all, but when it come right down to it, I can remember Michael Jackson saying, Ryan never mentioned him being sick, never mentioned him having AIDS or he didn't feel good. He said every time I was ever with Ryan, I mean, he didn't want to appear sick. He didn't want people, like anybody to feel sorry for him. When he was first diagnosed, he used to see people on TV like wasted away. And that really bothered him, because he said that gives a bad impression of what people with AIDS are like, that they can't do anything. They're just always on their deathbed. He said, I want people to understand that people with AIDS can do everything anybody else does. He made people listen and educate themselves on AIDS far sooner than we would have had it not been Ryan as the teacher and the educator. I think we would have been in a lot slower process of getting attention drawn to this disease. And that's what Senator Kennedy and Hatch said, because they named the bill the Ryan White Care Act. And I think, they felt like this was a chance, even though Ryan was not living, he had just passed away, to make a difference. He always said, I'd like to be famous, but not because I had AIDS. But I think that he was famous because of his education. I remember Evan Bice said, I think Ryan will be remembered more for what he taught us about living than the disease that affected him. Yeah. So I thought that was a neat quote that he gave, because I think, I think Ryan thought that all anybody would ever remember about him was he was the AIDS boy, Yeah. I don't think he'd ever even dreamed that 25 years later people would still be talking about Ryan White.